What's going on, guys? I hope you guys are having a blessed day. We are bringing you some new drama and spiciness of the day, and it is Candace Owens. The Zionists are going crazy, as usual, anytime she says or does anything, but in regards to Erika Kirk. She is releasing a new documentary. We're going to see the trailer that was just released yesterday, and Ben Shapiro and the normal Zionists, who you would expect to lose their minds, are losing their minds again. So we're going to react to what the crazies are saying, and then we're going to react to what Candace is putting out. Hope you guys are having a blessed day. Please like, comment, hit that subscribe button. Let's get it started.
Candace Owens, as you may have heard me refer at the top of the show, is an evil, twisted human being. Now, the reason I say that today is because Candace has spent the last several months attacking the widow of Charlie Kirk, Erika Kirk. It took her just a few days after Charlie's sick murder in order to start casting aspersions at Turning Point USA, people who work there all the way up to the highest levels, up to and including Erika Kirk.
No, what she said is she's the CEO now. She didn't take any time for her families. Her past and her family's ties to Mossad and our government are questionable, and that she's lied, including Turning Point USA has lied tremendously throughout the whole entire process of digging into the Charlie Kirk assassination. There has been zero evidence given. There has been pretty much no debates happening besides Candace and other people who are willing to talk about it. But if you're talking about Turning Point, the company, and these Zionist Israel First puppets, they have stayed silent, and they agree in lockstep with this administration and the trans furry narrative that they took out Charlie Kirk. When we all know, literally days before he was executed, may he rest in peace, he was questioning the Israel government. He was questioning the people tied to it and them committing genocide on Palestinians. And that's what it comes down to. The minute you start critiquing the Israel government, who owns our government, both sides, they can't have that, especially with the pull that Charlie Kirk had on the younger generation. He was the one that was really going out there and waking these people up. And how does Trump and this administration pay him back? By staying quiet and continuing to lie and cover up how he was murdered. Unacceptable. Anyways, let's see what this Zionist has to cry about today.
She was doing that very, very quickly, and she's been doing it for months. I mean, truly for months. I mean, yesterday, she came out with something that she had announced she was doing, which is a series. This is a trailer for a series, a teaser trailer that is titled Bride of Charlie, which is supposedly now an expose on the evil, nefarious, predatory nature of Erika Kirk, the widow of Charlie Kirk, who again was shot in the neck, not by some sort of vast conspiracy involving French intelligence and Egyptian airplanes, but by a trans-loving gay man who is a furry.
That is just ridiculous if you believe that's a more like acceptable narrative, a trans-loving furry. Nothing about that even adds up. And if you've looked at Candace fully digging into all of this whole story, she's debunked so much of it, including even former military as well, has debunked this. But the $7K a month payment, Zionist Israel First crowd like this Jew right here, they will push the narrative they're given because they're little puppets.
That is the actual story. And because Candace Owens is either going through the throes of mental illness or because she is a sick human being or both, she has decided that she is going to turn her fire on the widow. Don't believe me? I know. Listen, there are a lot of people who listen to Candace. She has a huge audience. This is what she does. This is who she is. She is a conspiratorial, evil person because that's who would do something like this. A conspiratorial, evil person.
That's funny. He's defending one person who she's critiquing, yet when it comes to the genocide of thousands of Palestinians, he stays quiet. It's always a double standard. You can't critique Erika Kirk or you are a demon. You are the worst person in history. But God forbid you question what's going on in Palestine, then you're even a more evil person. This dude's a cuck.
Now, the only reason that I'm playing this trailer is so you understand the extent of the evil that Candace Owens is perpetrating here. Because obviously I do not wish to promote her propagandistic horror that she is now pushing on a grieving widow with small children. The entire purpose of this is so you understand what Candace Owens is and what she is doing. I have to show you this thing so you understand that I'm not exaggerating, that I'm not making it up, that the thing that I'm saying is a thing Candace is doing, because otherwise it would be kind of unbelievable. I get this all the time with regard to Candace. I get it with regard to other personalities too, but what happened to her? Does she really mean this stuff? Does she mean the kind of stuff that she says? Take her at her word. Here is what she is doing. Here is the trailer for her hot garbage fire of nonsense conspiracy mongering defecation.
See, he just continues to call her names, yet will never debunk any of the stuff that she's actually uncovered. That's what I'm saying. This is what they've come to. They just name call, yet ignore all of the facts and debunks that Candace has came across in the past however months that Charlie Kirk assassination happened. And it's sad because, you know, you would think Trump getting elected, big reason because of Charlie Kirk, that he would dig more into it and be more transparent, but he is the least transparent. Candace is truly only Charlie Kirk's friend. She actually cares to look into the death of Charlie Kirk, unlike these Zionists.
Here is the trailer she just released for her series of attacks. It's going to be an entire series of attacks on Erika Kirk. Again, she's been retailing and implying and basically saying out loud a lot of this stuff on her show for months. 4 months. People cannot claim that they were ignorant that this was happening. They know it was happening, and they let it go. We'll get to them in a moment. But here is the trailer that she released yesterday.
President Trump says that Kirk has died after he was shot from a nearby building
after being shot at Utah Valley University.
The great and even legendary Charlie Kirk is dead.
It was a sad day.
The cries of this widow will echo around the world like a battle cry.
I didn't even get to give him a kiss goodbye.
She's so fake.
I forgive him.
Time out. She forgives the person who murdered her husband, yet she doesn't forgive and actually tells Candace to be quiet and to stop asking questions for literally asking questions. That's how pathetic this organization and this woman is.
Take your time.
Erika Kirk has been named the new CEO of Turning Point USA.
My husband's dead. Like, I'm not trying to be morbid, but he's dead.
It's weird to say excited.
Describes her husband's funeral as the event of the century. Merch, hats.
We have 50,000 plus hat orders.
Nobody knows why she's out there in a glittering pantsuit in a recreated tent that her husband tragically was murdered in, throwing merch out.
Everyone grieves differently, so if someone's acting weird, don't read into that.
Zionists, the Prime Minister of Israel, all lied through their teeth about Charlie Kirk.
Her operation was in Constanta, the epicenter of Romania's trafficking scandal.
We are conversations to have with a 15-year-old. I'm going to touch your butt. $8.6 million to their own shell company. What is going on?
We have nothing to hide. My aunt used to tell me, never do something that you don't want on the front page of a newspaper.
So what exactly was discussing about that Ben Shapiro? This dude is such a cuck, I swear. It's embarrassing anyone even gives Ben Shapiro the time of day.
So that's what Candace Owens has been spending her days doing, and millions of people, of course, have been watching her as she's been doing this. Apparently, she is calling Erika Kirk, she has been calling Erika Kirk a lesbian pedophile, grooming a 15-year-old. She is.
No, that is not what happened. There is text coming forward of a woman who was groomed by Erika Kirk. If you guys have not seen The Sound of Freedom, I would suggest you guys go do that. They use a young, beautiful, pageant person or model to groom these kids. The parents come. They see that she's there, that she's well-spoken, looks presentable. And then what happens? The parents leave the kids with them, and then they effing steal them and traffic them. That's what happens in The Sound of Freedom to a T. Ben Shapiro knows this. He's just, he's a paid puppet, and so he'll never admit this. They use these models to groom the kids. Then the parents feel safe, and then when the parents leave them with them, they traffic them, they kidnap them, and then they never see their kids again. That does happen, and it happened in Romania, which we're going to dig into as well.
Is suggesting, of course, she has been suggesting for a while, that TPUSA was complicit If not in the murder of Charlie Kirk, then in the cover-up of the murder of Charlie Kirk.
Definitely.
This is the stuff that Candace Owens has been doing, because Candace Owens is a true vampire when it comes to conservatism and the conservative movement. She finds prominent people and then she grifts off of them, and then she does more grift.
Bruh, you weren't even friends with Charlie Kirk. This dude didn't even like you. And then you tried to pay for your spot to join Turning Point and take it over, which, you know, since Charlie Kirk has passed, sadly, the Zionists have taken over Turning Point. So they have sadly won that battle. But that doesn't mean Candace Owens is a demon just because she's asking questions. Since when is asking questions about your best friend's murder wrong? Ben Shapiro wants you to shut up, not ask questions. Candace wants to ask questions. Who do you think's the better fan there?
Grifting off of them, and then she grifts them until she's done grifting them. Then she moves on to the next thing she can grift off of. Truly sick, truly evil. You lack for words. There is a biblical injunction for those of us who actually care about the Bible. There's a biblical injunction in Exodus 22 that you ought not to oppress any widow or orphan. Now, the reason that I focus in on this is because, aside from the fact that Candace drives huge numbers through slandering people,
a lot more than
slandering them. And yes, Erika Kirk absolutely should sue the living hell out of Candace Owens for this sort of stuff.
For what?
The reason I bring this up is because there's been a wide and vast silence by people who should have spoken out about this months and months and months ago. In fact, some of us were calling this out from the stage of TPUSA in December. Here's what I...
Yeah, and Charlie Kirk wasn't even going to have you at that event originally. And then Erika Kirk allowed it because you guys paid to be there. These people are such scumbag liars.
Had to say about Candace doing exactly this thing. This is back in December. Okay, it is now nearly the end of February, and the same people who I suggested were silent then are silent now.
So, if Candace Owens...
Now, we don't have to revisit that terrible clip from Ben Shapiro. No one cares. He's irrelevant at this point. Now we have another Zionist, paid Zionist named Graham Allen, and it sucks because I used to really, really like this guy. But unfortunately, you've exposed your cards.
Hello, everyone. We're getting ready to do the show here in about an hour. We're getting ready to go all in against the evil that is Candace Owens. It's not enough to combat the demonic attacks that she is doing against Erika Kirk, Charlie's widow, and his children.
What attacks?
I want to know who's funding it. I want to know if George Farmer is behind it. I want to know who's editing it. I want to know who her team is. I want to know who is responsible for continuing this evil. Because here's the thing. Candace Owens is going to get the wife and possibly even the children of Charlie Kirk hurt.
Oh, now we're pulling this card. Now we are going there. So because she's questioning and digging into Charlie Kirk's widow's past, you're going to get their kids hurt? First of all, this lady hasn't even been with their kids throughout the whole process. She doesn't even care for her kids. She, literally days already talking about how much money they've made in merch sales. Firing all these employees who've worked thousands of hours on Charlie's behalf and dedicated half their lives to that organization just to be fired without any reason why. That's who this dude's defending. Not a good look.
And someone has to stop it. Someone has to fight against it. And to all of you cowards that called Charlie your friend, that simply used him to boost your own career, you disgust me.
Your face disgusts me. You scumbag sellout. Israel $7K a month payout. Scumbag loser. That's what I got to say to you. Now, if you think this is original, these people coming out and saying this, it's never original. It's a paid propaganda from this administration, I believe, or Turning Point. But as you can see, it's almost like they were told in lockstep to post this all at once. Here, let me show you. You have Graham Allen. I'm convinced Candace Owens is a demon. You have Cat Turd, of course. Just so you know, Candace Owens is pure evil. She's a demon straight from the bowels of hell. Gunther Eagle, another trash human being. Whether you are a Candace fan or not, this is evil. It's all the same stuff. They're given a script to push on a daily basis, and when when they don't agree with something, that's how they do it. They just shame you and they go against you. And this is the funniest part. Even Candace's response. This was 4 hours ago. Zionists are putting in real work promoting an upcoming series. I would like to extend to them all my deepest gratitude. We are a small team and couldn't do it without your steadfast commitment to hysterics. See you tomorrow. PSA, we won't be taking any lessons on what evil is from people who protected Jeffrey Epstein, raping children and looked the other way as Bibi Netanyahu committed genocide in broad daylight. I completely agree. I've been saying this. Who are you guys to call out Candace Owens, yet stay quiet on the genocide happening in Gaza? You have no room to stand on at all. And we don't care about what you're going to say. We really don't. So now we have actually, I'll leave the comedian for last because that's the funny part. But we have Stu Peters, one of my favorite conservatives.
She had been procured,
exposing her past as well. Let's see what he has to say.
Erika Kirk was introduced to Charlie Kirk through Donald Trump.
Mm-hmm.
She had been procured for like Donald Trump's pageants. She won like Miss Arizona or something. She was literally a registered actress and starred in a reality TV show, a romance one at that. He met her on a trip to Israel. Charlie met her on one of these wall humping trips. So the Israeli connections, and then
he said met her on one of these wall humping trips. I gotta rewind that and hear that again.
He met her on a trip to Israel. Charlie met her on one of these wall humping trips. So the Israeli connections, and then JD
What was
Sharp
she doing in
me,
Israel?
Well, she was on a pilgrimage.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I just learned JD Sharp, Jason Dick, the founder of Uncensored AI, just told me that her dad, Erika Kirk's dad, is one of the founders or creators of Raytheon Israel Ltd. Raytheon Israel creates the weapon systems and defense systems like the Iron Dome,
right,
and soaks up trillions of, collectively trillions of U.S. taxpayer dollars over the course of the last, however many decades, billions of dollars annually.
What I understand, Erika Kirk's father formed Raytheon Israel's division and was the former chairperson / president. I believe he's retired now, but he was actively involved in that particular operation.
That's ridiculous.
All of these connections. They had the custody of Charlie Kirk's body in the custody of J.D. Vance aboard some private jet, going to God knows where. And within 24 hours, Erika Kirk is releasing this propaganda video of Charlie Kirk's hand and the rings and the I love you and the crying and the sobbing.
That young man. Ugh. I forgive him.
That was that's disgusting that she's doing this. First of all, paid actor. She forgives the guy who killed and murdered her husband in the way he did, but she doesn't forgive and tells Candace Owens to stay quiet for asking questions about her best friend's death. Tell me how that makes any damn sense.
She's solidifying the narrative that he's guilty. No matter what about a court appearance, anything else, that resonated with every Christian because they're supposed to be forgiving.
Yeah.
And that just subliminally, subconsciously, or very overtly put, yep, he's guilty, he did it, he's responsible, but Erika forgives him. And now she's the champion of TPUSA to come rushing in, building all of these other extensions and satellite, different clubs all over the place. Well,
they're basically trying to build her up to be the next president. They're essentially seeing like, hey, this is a woman that we could set up maybe in 8 to 12 years.
Yeah. Well, they then will be able to just solidify this Judeo-Christian, alliance, and that Israel was great and that Charlie loved the Jews and all these things, while completely disregarding the 5 weeks, leading up to his death, where he began to actually ask about this and point out this occupation.
Yeah, Charlie Kirk used to question what happened that day on October 7th. Why was there a stand-down order? What really happened? Why the Netanyahu government didn't respond for hours? Why there was election, I believe, happening the next day where he had record low approval and would have gotten voted out. And because of that attack, he canceled the elections. It's never a coincidence in today's society. I'm telling you, it is always on purpose. Now we're going to end it with this funny caption, and it's one of my new favorite comedians, actually. I've been watching him a lot lately, but he talks about Erika Kirk.
Kirk knew Trump before she knew Charlie. She actually won Trump's Miss Arizona pageant. Her parents are both from military intelligence family. Her dad did Raytheon arms deals with Israel, probably unrelated. And Erika Kirk was part of running an orphanage in Romania where children went missing. Enough children for Romania to permanently ban the orphanage and permanently ban Erika Kirk. Do you know how f***ed up you gotta be to get banned in Romania? Andrew Tate is the mayor there. You really gotta push some boundaries. Mind you, this is when Epstein was still active, so I'll let you connect the dots. By the way, I'm not suicidal. For the record, I am quite happy, okay? You heard it here. But the weirdest thing about Erika Kirk, she met Charlie Kirk not on Christian Mingle. She went in to interview at his company, Turning Point USA. He said that he fell in love right away. Now, 4 years later, he's dead. And she has now inherited Turning Point USA. She's doing podcasts on
Crazy.
it. Like, I'm so excited. Like, to my future wife, please wait 2 months after I die before doing a podcast. 3 months if it's my own. Come on. When you look at how fast she moved on, and then you look at how it started and how it ended, how it started was not romance. How it started was her going in for a job, and how it ended was her getting a promotion. So I'm just saying. It was probably Tyler.
I mean, it's true. Her family ties to the government of Israel and Vanguard, as they said previously earlier. Just, you can't overlook that, and these Zionists always overlook it. They call you names, they attack you, they say you're a Jew hater, you're an anti-Semite, yet they will never speak about the substance of what's getting brought to the table. And Jonathan, you're right. Israel grifts off our country so hard, and our taxes fund all this shit. They fund the propaganda, they fund the campaigns, they fund Israel, the genocide, all these wars. Our taxes pay for it all, which is why we shouldn't pay taxes at all. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed that video. I am actually going to live react to Trump's State of the Union. Anyone who knows me knows I voted for Trump, yet do not support him at all anymore. I don't support the Republican Party at all. They are a uniparty. But we are going to live react to the State of the Union, see what lies we can debunk then. But it starts at 6 p.m. So if you guys want, come check me out on my live stream of Trump's disastrous State of the Union at 6 p.m. Hope you guys have a blessed day. See you then. Peace.